Okay, probably the biggest thing to ever happen in Five Nights at Freddy's lore in years just happened thanks to the new Tales from the PIZZAPLEX book, B72. Mainly, not the epilogues, as most people would think. Apparently, epilogues ended really poorly, but in the third story of the book called Dittophobia, who cares? This story is crazy and explains really old FNAF stuff. Like, for no reason. Like, all of the stories have been, Tales from the PIZZAPLEX. But this one explains Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and sister location. And it's just... one of the biggest theories of, like, all time has been explained in this story. Okay, I'm just gonna get into it. I'm gonna make this quick. Alright. The story follows a kid named Rory, who wears a green shirt and blue jeans. I'm not even going to get into the fact we've seen multiple minigame characters with that exact combo before. I'm just going to put that on the back burner. I'm ignoring that for now. And he is in a bedroom with 2 doors on the sides and a closet in front of him. Alright? He's in the FNAF 4 bedroom, okay? And I have more proof for this soon, you'll see. Basically, in the story, from what I've heard, he has a family that doesn't love him or whatever, and so he runs away. Or he's, like, lured away. Well, he runs away and maybe then he's lured away. There's something about someone named Wade on a walkie-talkie who lures him to this place. I don't know if he's being lured back after he escapes, or if he's, like, being lured there, but we know he ran away from home and he has a family that doesn't love him. This, if it doesn't remind you of anything, it should remind you of Midnight Motorist. Because what? Kid who runs away and if parent family doesn't love him? That sounds like Midnight Motorist, right? Okay. Basically, Rory is stuck in this endless nightmare, basically. So, he's trapped with these, like, evil animatronics, which aren't really there. They're these mannequins, basically. And they're core, and they look like, evil animatronics in his head because of this gas that's throughout the whole place, right? Throughout this whole place, there is this gas that's making him hallucinate and making him think that these mannequins are evil animatronics. Now, that's just crazy to begin with, because that's like experiment theory FNAF 4, oh my god. But, sorry, this is just so much. He also, at some point in the story, leaves this place or goes further into the facility and enters a place with concrete hallways and gas tanks lining the walls. If that doesn't remind you of anything, it should remind you of the private room. The private room from Sister Location in the hallways with the gas tanks and everything. Or, like, just Sister Location facility at all, because that's what it is. Apparently the Funtime animatronics are there, which means it's before Enid. But he also goes into a room which is exactly describing the circus gallery. It has the 4 lights and the exact order. It describes the poster with Circus Baby and Celebrate. It has the fans on the wall, the gas tanks. It's literally the circus control room, and it's crazy. One of the big smoking guns here, though, is further on in the story, I think. He goes into a room with a metal desk and a metal fan and a clipboard. Now, of course, this metal desk room with a metal fan, which he describes to be like the purple fan in his bedroom, which is further proof that the bedroom is the FNAF 4 bedroom with the purple fan. He goes in here and with this metal fan, metal desk, and he sees a clipboard, and the clipboard says something about fear and how they're, like, looking into his fear, and he's like, fear level 9. And that he's a subject. This is an experiment. And now this room, metal fan, metal desk, right? I think this is the private room, where they would easily have cameras to study people in the FNAF 4 bedroom. And I think that this is proving that FNAF 4 is an experiment. Furthermore, I know what you're thinking.
But the logbook, the security logbook, that was Michael's book, and Michael drew Nightmare Fredbear. How can Michael know about it if it was an experiment? Was he one of the experiment subjects?
No. Okay. So I think that the story finally gives us insight on what FNAF 6 was trying to tell us with one of the blueprints. That game explained a lot of past stuff, and I think one thing that people didn't really pay enough attention to was the blueprint for the scooper. The scooper blueprint said that it has a remnant reservoir inside of it, and that it injects remnant. It's a remnant injector. That's its main purpose. In the story, Rory is the last kid left. There were other kids, but they were killed. Right? So these children, I believe, that they were experimenting with this fear. These children, who were in the bedroom, their remnant was put into the scooper. And then, when the fun times are scooped in sister location, it's injected into them. And when Michael is scooped by Enid, for Enid to hollow him out and climb inside, Michael is injected with this remnant accidentally. If you don't already know from all the books and stuff, remnant is memory. Remnant has memory in it. So when we see, like, Fnaf 4, and there's, like, hospital stuff, but there's also, like, a bedroom, and it's like, why is that like that? This is Michael's memories blending together. The hospital memories, that's from the bite victim. But the rest of this is the memories of this bedroom that these children were experimented in. They are mixing together the memories in his head because he was injected with this remnant, similarly to how Carlton was injected with remnant in the Fourth Closet story. Go read it if you haven't. I think that this finally explains FNAF 4 was an experiment, and then the experiment victims were killed except for Rory, who's stuck in this loop because William Afton's, like, dead or whatever, but the experiment keeps going and going and going because it's automated, and that's what the story's about or whatever, and he's stuck in it forever. But what this means is, the kids that came before him, they were killed, their remnant was put into the scooper in the building which is connected, aka Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental, with the fun times in it, and the remnant was put into the scooper, and then when the scooper scooped Michael, the remnant from these experiment kids was injected into Michael, and that's why Michael drew Nightmare Fredbear in the logbook, because he can remember it from their memories. That's what I think anyway. I think the story kind of proves that. I hope that you think so too. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. We haven't even seen the story yet. This is all from just the pages and the information I've received. Just let me know what you think. I'm gonna go scream.